JJ Solomon.
This Corey Bradshaw, Mr. IOTBA, Mr. These boys can't touch me on my worst day. And this is the Spit Bucket Podcast.
It's your boy, Mr. IOTBA, Mr. 214, Senor Dos Uno Cuatro, Senor Dos Catorce, Mr. Undeniable, Mr. These boys can't touch me on my worst day. Right here with my dog, my partner in crime, my brother from another, Mr. JJ Solomon. What's popping, my guy?
Think I need some water.
First off, Happy New Year to everybody on here from the 214 to across the pond. This is the Spit Bucket episode number 56. How you say that in Spanish, JJ?
56.
56.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, how's 20? We're 12 days in. We got our rest. We got our food. We all ate. We had our family time. How's 2024 treating you so far, dog?
Oh, man, it's treating me great, man. I'm just blessed to be here, every second of the day, family good. All my friends, family members good. So, we good.
Shout out to J King, the GOAT. Let's go.
That's my kid, folks. J King, what's popping, man? 913 Boxer, what's popping, man?
Dog, bro. So, yeah, appreciate y'all tuning in. Before we go any further, though, just remind y'all to please hit the like button. Please hit the bell. Please subscribe to all of our stuff. Please share with your friends. We really appreciate y'all. And then y'all read that up on the bottom. If you guys want to follow all our social media, just check it out. We've been going viral a little bit this week.
Man, they know how we coming, Jay. They know how we coming. Like, we are the Spit Bucket Podcast. We are the absolute truth. I don't know if everybody know how I say truth, but that's TRUF, truth.
I like it. I will say, though, on that Canelo Inoue comparison, that was not our edit. Mm-hmm. I made sure I let everybody know. I couldn't find the dude who shared it because that shit blew up. But I couldn't find because it's in Japanese writing, so I didn't know what to search for or how to give him credit. But that was pretty fire. Y'all gotta check it out. Salute to him,
though. Yeah, salute to him. That was incredible.
That might be the greatest edit I've ever seen, dog.
Now, for real, of two guys just doing the same thing, bro. It's like it was scripted. You can't even make it look.
It almost looked like AI or something, dog. That shit was weird to me because I guess there are some similarities there, but damn, y'all got to check it out. Check out our IG Spit Bucket official. Check out that Inoue Canelo comparison. That shit's mind blowing. But anyway, dog, let's get to it, bro. We have 2024, we've had one major card, the Vergil Ortiz, Frederick Lawson card. 2024 has been a whole lot of drama. That's what we called the title that. So let's talk about Vergil, bro. Let's talk about the Ortiz Lawson. He was 17 months outside the ring because of injuries and other issues that he's having. Vergil's back. Let's talk.
Yeah, I'm just glad to see he back. He healthy. I'm glad to hear Oscar De La Hoya and Golden Boy letting everybody know around the world that they're going to have this guy busy. Huh?
We lost you for a bit, but I don't know. Maybe they heard you. Maybe it was just me, but.
Yeah. Can you hear me? Are we good?
Yeah, I can hear you, yeah.
Okay, yeah. I'm just happy, Oscar De La Hoya and Golden Boy stated to the public they're going to have this guy fighting on a regular basis this year. I hope there's no more setbacks with Vergil Ortiz, right? Because the type of setbacks he having is the type of setbacks that you need to question if this guy needs to continue on, and he done had them in a rapid pace. So all I do is wish great health on Vergil Ortiz and, look forward to what he got to do in the future, even though we know it was a crazy stoppage. Mm-hmm. We understand that, but we knew how this fight was going to play out, even though it was a crazy stoppage. But, hey, I'm glad Vergil Ortiz back. Hope he stay healthy and hope we see him get these big names. He called that Tim Zoo, so that show he ready for all the smoke, so I like that.
Yeah, dog, I'm ready for Vergil. We gave him the 2022 Golden Bucket for our He Got Next award. And that's the one award that looks forward, right? Because the rest of the awards, we're looking backwards. That's the one award where we're saying we're expecting this guy to have a big year. He had some setbacks. You know what I'm saying? And those are concerning setbacks. Dehydration issues. Obviously, the Rabo, whatever the hell they call that shit. I still yet to pronounce it. Not a single time have I pronounced it right. Rabno or something. But a healthy Vergil Ortiz, a focused Vergil Ortiz is a dangerous Vergil Ortiz. And just like we said last year, he's got next. I anticipate him to pick up right where he left off, dog. The division's wide open. I'm not hating on Tony Weeks because it was a close, controversial fight because we know where that fight was going. But damn, I wanted to see Vergil get some rounds, bro. Do you think that's gonna impact his plan for the year that he didn't get the rounds he wanted for this fight?
No, actually, I think it speeded up because we already knew this Lawson dude was a throwaway. Let's be honest. Shout out to him. Shout out to his team. Shout out to
30 and
everybody.
3. That ain't no 30 and 3. I mean, yeah, I feel you, but shit, that ain't no.
But this is a guy who, I'm be honest with you, Jay. This is a guy I never heard of until he got announced with Vergil Ortiz, and this was a guy who was surprising to everybody. 30 and 3 looked like a great record. Hey, salute to him. But this is a guy who we didn't know nothing about. So I look at this as a throwaway for Vergil Ortiz, and I say that respectfully. But what's great about the throwaway fight, it shows that he could come back immediately and take on better competition, leading into the new year.
It's almost like like a glorified sparring session at the end of the day, shit. But he got that monkey off his back. He got them lights again. He got what it felt like to be a main event. So I'm excited for the guy, dude. I love a fight with Tim Tszyu. I still think I want to see him with one more tune-up fight. But I love a fight with Tim Tszyu for that strap, dude. That fight there will be pleasing to the eyes. That's a fight where these guys come forward. They got chins. They come back harder when you punch them. That's a fight I want to see. Early predictions, Corey, if we get it.
I don't know because I got to see what level Vergil Ortiz at, right? I don't know what level he at. Yeah, he looked it great, but now it's time for us to see you against like some serious competition. Not to dismiss what he did thus far, but it's like, okay, let me see what Vergil is going to be able to do at 154 because, it's weight classes for a reason. So, like you stated earlier, I want to see him in there with one more guy, but I want to see him in there with a guy who we know is about that smoke. Vergil calling that Tim Tszyu. So, I guess he got the kahunas. He feeling like he want that smoke. So if he want that smoke, let's see Vergil Ortiz. I'm not from the crown Vergil Ortiz and none of these other fighters yet. I want to see what Vergil Ortiz is going to do next in a big fight. Then if he win that big fight, he impress us. Then let's watch him versus Tim Tszyu.
Facts, bro. I like it. And I'm going to take it just a step further. I'm not saying this because he lives 15 minutes away. I'm not saying this because he's in our backyard or because he's Golden Boy. But if I'm a boxing fan and I know how hard he works, the dude works hard, and there's no question in that. The guy is growing into his size now, dog. I don't know if you noticed, but he don't have that baby face no more. He don't have those little short. He's a big dude now. He's always been big. But if he keeps that work ethic, he keeps his skill set in that frame, long as he stays healthy, dog, I see beautiful things for his future. So we'll see. Salute to Vergil. Yeah, go ahead.
I would hope to see that. It's hard for me to say that because with Vergil Ortiz and his team, Vergil Sr., they confusing us, right? We see him with this trainer, then with this trainer.
Yeah, that's true.
With this trainer, then his dad is training him. Like, when is it going to be some stability? It seems like they like scrambled eggs. They're everywhere, JJ. So I'm ready to see this stability. I hope that Robert Garcia is his trainer to where they can move forward. Vergil we talk about Ryan Garcia. He moved to him. Vergil Ortiz doing that same thing. So I'm ready to see the stability with Vergil Ortiz and then see what he could be able to do because it's like, damn, if I'm a trainer and I'm looking at your history, it's like if one fight, you don't like what I'm doing, then you're going to move on. So, I'm just ready to see how Vergil going to handle it. Him and his father going forward. Like, it has to be something wrong. Is the dad coming into the play to where, he don't like what he sees? If that's the case, Dad, you train him. You know,
Mm-hmm.
he need to stop going from trainer to trainer at such a young age.
Facts, bro, and that's a good point. You know, I just said nothing but good things about him, but that's another outside of the medical issues. That is alarming. You know, the hopping around, not knowing. You gotta build that chemistry. Good thing is he's back with Robert Garcia at RGBA, so they have a former relationship. But you're right. If I'm Robert, I'm not going all in because you know he can snap his fingers and just pick up and leave. So they got to build that trust again. But Vergil seems happy to be there, genuinely happy. Robert seems happy to have him. I like that. I like that them working together, bro. So we'll see. Sky's the limit. The sky's the limit with Vergil. Let's just see if he can get there, dog. Let's just see if he can get there. Before we get to the juice, and y'all stick around, we appreciate y'all tuning in because we got a lot of juice, and I'm sure gonna get the comments to going. That's if you're on a computer like me. But on that undercard, man, let's just talk real quick about Ismael Barroso getting his redemption against O'Hara Davies after, again, controversial stoppage with Tony Weeks. But, dog, first round, the 40-year-old was supposed to be a setup fight for Davies and Rowley or something. Golden Boy brought him in for a chance at the strap, and instead you had the old man playing spoiler, man. Real quick thought on the Barroso's upset.
Shocking. He showed us in this last, because let's be honest, he's supposed to be the champion right now, JJ.
You're right. Hell yeah.
He supposed to be the champion. And you know, when they say, and look, I think he think like he the champion now, right? Mm-hmm. Because, you know, with all the great fighters and all the commentators tell us over the years, they say when you win that belt, you get like 30% better, right? Even at the old age as he is now. So Barroso and his team know he really won that belt. And he came in here and he got a whole lot better. So this guy could be problems for a lot of guys. I don't know how far he could go. You know, he's 40, you know, and that's where the age where it's unpredictable. But, you know, we've seen other guys go into their 40s, and what this guy just did, and so easily how he did it, JJ, he got a whole lot.
He's got a fan base too, bro. He's got like everybody who wasn't cheering for Barroso that night after what happened to him, literally getting the championship stripped away from him. But here's the thing, bro. Like, I know I can get roasted for saying this, but Barroso has skills. And there's a 140-pound division with two guys that I don't like. I have still, Rowley obviously has problems when it comes to technique and boxing skill set. We saw Barroso give him problems, so there's a rematch possible there for a belt. And, bro, I'll say Ryan Garcia. I know people ready to throw some pie in my face, but Ryan is still yet to prove me, like, I'm not blown away by Ryan's boxing at all. You throw Ryan in there with somebody like Barroso, dog, that could shock the world. So, Barroso, if I'm him, I'm working even harder, dog. I mean, he's doing this at 40, bro. I have trouble coming up the stairs to do these shows. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and look, that's just credit to, you know, his hard work and dedication. But we know, you know, the prima donna and Ryan Garcia, he's not going to take on a fight like that. So that's like something that we could just hope and imagine about, especially with Barroso looking as good as he's looking right now. You know, it just wouldn't make dollars and it don't make sense, you know, for Ryan Garcia, you know, especially, you know, the prima donna plateau he's on right now.
Before we move on, because one day we're going to have to address this because it's going to be in the history books. Look, we've heard Deontay Wilder say his outfit was too heavy. What are some of the great excuses we've ever heard in boxing? The most ridiculous. Hell, let's bring another Deontay Wilder. He got poisoned in the corner. But this weekend, we may have seen the dumbest ass excuse I've ever heard when O'Hara Davies, like I said, and I'm only talking about this because we're a boxing channel and this is going to be history one day. We're going to say, remember that time that Davies guy said that dumb shit? O'Hara Davies said he was getting too much oxygen pumped in his room because the casinos want people to stay up and gamble. That's that's ridiculous. And B,
Ridiculous.
does he not realize there's other fighters who've always stayed in the casino? I just want to address it and say it's the dumbest shit I've heard in a long time in boxing. And O'Hara Davies there, we're talking about you now.
That's talking like that. That's a sign of delusion, and that's a sign of a fighter who's done. This is the same O'Hara Davis who was telling Floyd Mayweather he could whoop Tank back in the days. Right? This guy has never ever, throughout his career, reached a plateau that everybody thought that Davis was going to be on. This is a guy who could talk the talk, but when it got to the big moments, he could never walk the walk. And as embarrassing as that loss was for him against what's his name, Jay?
It's about Barroso.
Yeah, Barroso. As embarrassing as that was against Barroso, the comments that he made after that, JJ, was even more embarrassing.
History, dog. All-time worst damn excuse. So shame on him for taking that, trying to take some more shit away from Barroso. Barroso had enough shit taken away from him. But yeah, salute to Ismael Barroso for putting himself right back in the mix after a devastating stoppage with Tony Weeks. Corey, let's take a real quick break, and when we come back, you might want to serve yourself some tea. I'm going to serve me some tea. Let's talk about all the drama that's going on in boxing so far in 2024. We'll be right back. All right, listen up, guys. We're calling all Little League coaches. We're calling all middle school coaches, calling all high school coaches. We're calling out all those team mamas. If you need team uniforms, if you need jerseys, accessories, whatever gear you're looking for the team, please check out our friends over at Elite Sportswear. These guys do it all, and they do it great. So if you're needing a brand new look for the younger athletes, for the teams, do me a favor, trust us with Elite Sportswear. These guys do all of our gear here at Spit Bucket Podcast, hats, shirts, hoodies. We could not be more pleased with them. So check them out over at thebetteruniform.com. You can find them on Facebook at The Better Uniform or on Instagram, Elite Sportswear 17. That's Elite Sportswear 17 on Instagram. Again, if you want your team looking super fly on game days, do yourself a favor, do the squad a favor. Call Roderick and the team over at Elite Sportswear ASAP. Let them know the Spit Bucket Podcast sent you. Shout out to Roderick and the team over at Elite Sportswear, man. Y'all need to check them out at thebetteruniform.com. You don't got to take our
business. Best in the business, man. Best in the business.
Yeah, man.
Best
they got
in
some
the business, man.
Really dope stuff. So go support your school by wearing their stuff out when you go out, because it's super clean stuff. It ain't no, hey, I ordered this on PTA night type school stuff. That. All right, Corey. No, we got plenty to choose from. 2024 has been a festival on Twitter and the social media and IG. You have friends turning enemies. You have brothers in Islam fighting each other. Like, everybody's just fighting, dog. What do you want to start with? You want to start with the ladies? You want to start?
Yeah, let's start with the ladies.
All right, let's start with Clarissa.
We got to say the best for last, though, and everybody already know this. Earl Spence Jr. and Terrence Crawford situation. Let's start with Clarissa Shields.
Clarissa Shields and Alicia Baumgartner. Look, they look like they're the best of friends. Look at this picture. Look at the picture. What is happening, dog? We had the opportunity to kick it with we were there with both of them, but we were chilling with Clarissa last week, and we had a chance to talk to her. But Corey, what is going on? What are your thoughts? I know your thoughts, but just in case they haven't been keeping up, let's talk about it.
Alicia Baumgartner, she clearly cloud chasing, JJ. This is a woman who tested positive, by putting that word stuff in her systems in them, right? And she's got caught.
Those are facts. You're not spreading false information.
It's facts. And the way that she's been acting, so bravacious and, so confrontational, that's a sign of roid rage, when you're coming up off of it, right? And another thing, like you said, we was with them last weekend, right? And every time I seen Alicia Baumgartner, I seen a nice, smooth face. When I seen Alicia Baumgartner at Dez Bryant event, I seen bumps all over her face, and she had makeup on. So you know the definition, JJ, the definition
Oh
on
my
bumpy
God.
face, like bumpy face, like them are clear signs, you know, of steroid use and you know her coming up off of it. But this is my problem. This woman is 38, 40 pounds lighter than Clarissa Shields, right? So everybody could see this is a clear cut, no debating, that this woman is way smaller than her. And she's up there talking about, I want to fight everybody. Well, Alicia, the reason why you want to fight everybody right now is because you can't fight, sweetheart. You're on the sideline drooling like a pit bull or a rock waller. I'm talking about the slava is just profusely coming down her chins. She's ready to get back in the ring. So that's the problem right there. She has no fight. So now, like I said, I seen her face. It had all the bumps on it. And the way she's been acting this bravadish and, you know, confrontational attitude that she's been having, JJ, it just shows, you know, the reason why she got busted for that test.
Bro, like, see, I'm gonna be a little. I obviously she popped, right? She popped dirty. No, there's no denying that. Here's where I need everybody to stop and pump the brakes. All right, just please. We've said this before. I know Alicia's beautiful and all that fun stuff, and she's cute and she flirts and she dances and all
okay.
that.
Listen, okay.
She controversially barely won against Michaela Mayer.
Barely.
Decision. It was controversial. There's a whole half of people who think Michaela Mayer won that fight, and that's her own weight class. And instead of giving her the rematch, because that's a highly sought after fight. Like, I would love to watch that rematch. It was a good fight. Why is she chasing not only a champion of her division and a champion of two other divisions, but like this is one of the greatest to ever do it. So is it clout? Because yeah, you're right. She can't fight. Like, is it clout? I don't know what it is. And I mean this clout. I mean this respectfully. I mean it respectfully. Alicia is barking up somebody that's 30, 40 pounds heavier than her. That already doesn't make sense. Like, she's the best in her divisions with an S. All right. She's the best to ever have done it. All right. She went to Savannah Marshall's backyard and won convincingly when a lot of people, including me and you, weren't 100% sure that Clarissa was going to come back with those straps. She did it convincingly. Alicia Baumgartner barely beat Michaela Mayer. Let's get the rematch before you start going back talking to one of the greatest to ever do it, men or women. Like, I know Clarissa's rubbed a lot of people the wrong way with her boxing and all of that. I'm gonna be real. That's rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. And I know Alicia Baumgartner is doing the exact opposite. She's rubbing everybody. She never cheated though. No, for sure. That's why I'm going with this. Alicia Baumgartner's doing the dancing and the smiling and the posing and the modeling and all of that. Knowing our audience, bro, boxing audience is what? Dudes 25 through 55. All right, those are the boxing audience. What do we want to see? Girls dancing, modeling, all that. We don't want to see girls talking about beating men up. So from the public perception, of course, right now Alicia's getting lifted, but I need everybody to stop. Alicia barely won her belt. Alicia refused to even give an idea or a thought of a rematch. And now she's chasing Clarissa Shields, who is so dominant. Please, guys, please. There's weight divisions for a reason. You want everybody to tap the damn brakes. What are we talking about here? So that's why I'm saying the drama is kind of crazy to watch. I don't know how Alicia Baumgartner got away with saying the word bomb on an airplane when my ass can barely get in there without getting frisked every single time.
And then look at how she cloud chasing. They on the same plane. They didn't know they was gonna be on there. Alicia, look at her. She's following. How the hell is she following your bumpy face ass? How is she following you when she just catching the plane? Y'all both staying in Detroit or the Flint, the nearby area. So it's got to be a airplane out there that y'all catching, and y'all just happen to be on the same flight. Like I said, JJ, she want to fight everybody right now because she can't fight. She want to call Clarissa Shields' name out just to keep her name relevant. It's a damn shame in this democracy that we live in where you see a girl who y'all think is cute, and she ain't all that cute. I mean, whatever, how you take it. I seen her close up. Clarissa Shields, to me, I seen her close up too, and it was a total difference of beauty than I seen Alicia Baumgartner. That's just the absolute truth, ladies and gentlemen. Clarissa was beautiful. Alicia, she had all these things like all over her faces. They weren't little things. They were big things. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. No, it ain't even no keep it moving. She's a cheater, JJ. I don't have no respect for this girl. You know, and then for her trying to clout chase off a woman who done did 2-time undisputed, 2 gold medals, you know, her knowing that she had 130 pounds, knowing that it ain't no way in goddamn hell you talking about tell Clarissa to come to 147. Who the hell do you think you are? Clarissa got all the clout. She is the reason why woman boxing got all the clout. So I don't got no respect for Bumpy Face, Alicia Bum Cheater. I have no respect for this woman. She still ain't showed us the paperwork. Oh, the truth is going to come out. Well, where is that?
Uh-oh, we lost you. We lost you mid-hype. Mid-hype. While we're waiting for that, let's just say what's up real quick. What's up to Big Mark Boxing? Oh my God, there he is. We lost you for a bit, dog. I'm just checking these comments.
Yeah.
Checking these comments. Is that Steve Brimley?
Shout out to Steve Brimley. Shout out to Big Mark.
Listen, all right, we're on the subject. All right. Gentlemen, y'all are off with this take to some degree. They think they both were in on it, or I think they both were in on it, but it turned left. They both had bad press, and it was a deflection. No, dog, listen, bro.
What are you talking about?
I'm not 100% what he's talking about. He said they both had bad press, and it was a deflection. He's saying that they're both agreeing to do this to get their bad press off of it. No, dog. I can see what you're saying, bro, why you would say that, but no, we were there, bro, and Clarissa and Dez were literally like discussing the face-off. It ain't nothing they agreed on. I know you said it turned left, but this type of stuff was never supposed to be like this, bro.
That's the crappiest shit. Like, shout out to Steve Brimley, but that's some crappy ass shit to say. Like, okay, Clarissa said she wanted to fight a man. Okay, cool. You think that's worse than the motherfucker who get caught with this word shit in that system, who could actually go inside the square circle and kill somebody? It ain't even no competition to talk about trying to knock off some bad press. Because if that was the case, Clarissa Shields, she always talking that shit.
No doubt. It's 100% true. And dog, here's the thing. Where is the energy? Like Mexican, black, white people, all of the fans right now, everybody, all the dudes. Where's that same energy? All those people that dismiss Canelo because he's a cheat, and all those people that Conor Ben, Conor Ben, right? The cheat, and that he needs to be banned from boxing. He don't deserve another fight. Big Baby banned from boxing. But where's all that energy for Alicia Baumgartner? I don't know where's it at, and we know the answer. So like before you give your reasoning or your debate and an argument that's involving Baumgartner, ask yourself, would you be saying the same thing if we were talking about dudes? And no, we would not, dog. We wouldn't even. She has a whole different fight she needs to be fighting right now. It all started before the death. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it did. And that's why we were interested in it. But it most definitely started.
Huh? No, that's because the bomb cheater, Baumgartner, bumpy face, my muscles ain't as big as they used to be when we seen her in person. She want the cloud chase, talking about her and Clarissa Shields need to do a face-off. If Clarissa Shields want the cloud chase, Clarissa Shields like, why would I do a face-off with you when we ain't fighting? You came down, you just want a cloud chase, you just want to see the likes and the all this other stuff. Man, I ain't trying to hear nothing bum cheater trying to say.
Yeah, dog. The cloud I think is too much. if they did it for likes and views and all that, they've done enough. I think it's time to. I just wish we'd all let this go. I don't. I'll tell you what. Now I do want to see the fight, so everybody can shut the hell up. Honestly, I mean, that's, like, it's ridiculous. Just like I said, we don't need to talk about Bam versus Inoue. We don't need to talk about Inoue versus Tank. We don't need to talk about Tank versus Bud and Bud versus Canelo. We don't need to talk about Baumgartner versus Shields. It's just stupid. And then let's sprinkle in that little piece where she cheated. Why are we giving her all this glory and these beautiful opportunities? She cheated. This is boxing. You can kill people in the ring, dog.
I know what it is, because one light skin and one dark skin, you know. And that's crazy to say, but let me be quiet, you know, before I start talking.
I was about to remove myself from this because it has nothing to do with
before no, I'm saying one lighter skin and one darker skin, bro. That was the same thing with Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford. I stated this clearly. Terrence Crawford didn't get all the press because he was a darker skinned guy who, you know, wasn't as appealing to the eye, to the public. Earl Spence, you know, he had that appeal to him, to the public. That's just facts. And the way it's so twisted, because you got all these creeps online, they looking at Baumgartner and saying, "Ooh, she's so this and that and this," so they just gonna love her regardless of what, you know, the cheater do. I have no respect for a cheater, and trust me when I say never mind, just trust me.
Let's just go on to the next subject. All right, man. Well, that was fun. That was some fun drama talking about the ladies. Now we have a whole bag of it, though. We have a whole bag. We should have done a spinning wheel, dog. We should have done a spinning wheel. Let's talk. We got Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia doing the never mind. I forgot to upload all the Ryan Garcia tweets. My bad. Well, everybody should know what's going on, right?
Yeah.
Ryan Garcia said he was going to fight Devin Haney. Said, thank you, Jesus, for the opportunity and all of that. And everything. This is exactly what's supposed to be happening in my life. And then completely dismisses Rolly. And then all of a sudden, a couple of days ago, he goes jogging with Floyd Mayweather. A couple of days after that, we see Ryan jump on Twitter saying, hey, never mind. Belts do matter all of a sudden. The guy who's talking about belts don't matter. Belts do matter. And I want to go fight Floyd Mayweather's fighter. What are your thoughts? Again, last time we talked about Ryan Garcia, you were mad at me you were getting upset that I was criticizing him. I'm just, here we are again. More Ryan Garcia.
No, I just think if I'm Oscar De La Hoya and Golden Boy, I think it's a lawsuit.
Do you think, bro? Do you think we live? We are live.
I think it's a lawsuit. Go ahead, Jay.
You good? Good. So I got it for a while. So listen, let's take it back real quick. Fury cheated, and look where he's at. You guys are making some good points, but the history of PED eventually being swept under the rug. Listen, dog, just because it's swept under the rug, you see, this is where you and me, and as all respectfully as possible. I care about these fighters first. We see these fighters from when they're little kids all the way on up. And we're not talking about who can run faster or who could jump higher or who could kick a ball farther. We're talking about punching in the head. All right? So when you're telling me you're okay because it always gets swept under the rug. No, we need to address it. We don't give these people their flowers after they get popped cheating, dog. As much as I like, I'm sure Alicia Baumgartner's a cool ass chick. I'm sure she'd be fun to party with and drink. This ain't nothing personal. This is the sport we cover, the sport we love. You mean to tell me you're going to cheat and then you want me just to sweep it under the rug? Boxing is this close from getting eliminated because of shit like this, guys. People keep dying every year. So no, I'm not going to be fine with sweeping it under the rug. And I'm sure you ain't going to talk about giving her an opportunity with the quote. That's my problem.
Yeah, and then another crappy, like, shout out to my guy Stephen Brimley, but that was
for sure, dog. And I mean that respectfully, dog.
Yeah, that was another crappy thing to say because Fury got called out and still get called out on his BS that he did with the cheating. But, you know, keep that same energy for Roy Jones. He got caught cheating too. Keep the same energy for every other type of fighter who got caught cheating. So is we gonna hold that over their head the rest of their life? No, Baumgartner got caught cheated. She's out here saying, "Oh, when the news come out, y'all's gonna vindicate me." Well, the news ain't came out yet. She's still on BoxRec. So why isn't we talking about this? I told you, JJ, you have these dudes on here, and I ain't speaking necessarily him. They see they see that, and they mind play tricks on them. And my UGK voice. Dun, 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 dun.
It's so easy to give her the benefit of the doubt. Yeah. It is, and we understand why. But we're just trying to. Me and Corey here just trying to wake you up. Wake up. She's never gonna hug you. I promise. She's never gonna give you a kiss on the cheek. I promise. She might like a tweet. She might like your post, but just call it like you would call it anybody else. Back to her. Let's get back to it. You good, Corey? Or we
good. Let's go.
You said
Ron Garcia.
Really, Steve just said that's not UGK. You have
whoever that is. Is that the Ghetto Boys? So the Ghetto Boys, my bad, the Ghetto Boys.
Beats the hell out of me. My playing tricks on me, he said. All right, man. Let's get back to it. He said mine playing tricks on me. What were we before? Oh yeah, Ryan Garcia again.
I could care less about Ryan Garcia. He's the biggest prima donna YouTube delusional star in boxing. I could care less about this dude because, like you said, thank you, Jesus. You clap your hands, stomp your feet, and shout for joy too. Ryan Garcia, just because you said thank you, Jesus, that you taking this Devin Haney fight, then what you do? You reneged on it. Like you say, him and Floyd went down there and became butt buddies, and then all of a sudden, you're telling the whole world that you versus Rolly is the biggest fight out there. Are you kidding me? Like, listen, JJ. Now, when this dude said he was going through things, I was like, he was going through things, and we got to be respected of that, right? But just to hear this delusion of him saying, him versus Rolly Romero is the bigger fighter than him versus Devin Haney. I need it to be a quick-cut check going forward with Ryan Garcia. I think this guy has completely let fame, get in the way of him actually being a boxer, JJ. When I say it's over, it's over. And if I'm Oscar De La Hoya, Golden Boy, Bernard Hopkins, Eric Gomez, everybody from the top to the bottom, this guy don't run nothing. This guy is just a fighter. It's clear cut, no debating. He ain't gonna want to do business with you after his contract over with. Anyway, Oscar De La Hoya, Bernard Hopkins, Eric Gomez, I hope you guys are thinking with y'all mental if y'all think Ryan Garcia is gonna be with y'all. So what you do, Oscar De La Hoya, Bernard Hopkins, Eric Gomez, you don't give this guy what he wants. You put this guy through the rigorous fights. Because look how this guy has disrespected Golden Boy, who brought him from the root to the fruit. No, him and Floyd ain't like that. Oh, you want to go to basketball games with Floyd now, when he used to call you a YouTube star. Oh, you want to go running with Floyd now, like we still give a shit about Floyd Mayweather. Nobody gives a shit. Ain't nobody talking about Pacquiao supposed to fight Mayweather. We don't give a shit about Mayweather no more, but you want to show that. The disrespect when he know what's going on, JJ, is absolutely absurd. And if I'm Oscar De La Hoya, Bernard Hopkins, and Eric Gomez, I hope you guys are using your thinking cap, right? Golden Boy, because if y'all give this guy what he want, then a lot of people are going to look at you guys in a funny style way, especially me, with the way this guy is so disrespectful to the organization who brought him from the root to the fruit.
Dog, I got so much to say, and I can't even organize it in my brain to come out with something that makes sense. I'm so frustrated with Ryan Garcia, and it's not like when I was frustrated with Canelo for taking on kind of them shitty fights, or when I was frustrated with Bud and Errol because they were taking forever. I get frustrated not even at Ryan. I get frustrated with boxing in general that we've let this happen. Again, when I said a few months ago, that boxing needs to change from the top to the bottom, this whole Ryan Garcia prima donna shit is our fault. for believing the Instagram reels and the shadow boxing. And look how many kids follow me on Instagram. We believe this shit. We see him knock these people out cold. He's got power. He's got speed. I'm not taking that away from him. He is still yet to put it together in a fight. What he does, it's damn near like watching a Deontay Wilder fight. He's behind on the scorecards, and bam, he's out. That is not fun to watch for me. That is not why I watch boxing. I don't watch boxing for Ryan Garcia. I don't watch it for Wilder. I don't watch it for Rolly. I watch those fights to see how they end. That's kind of cool. But the boxing shit, it does nothing for me. So here we are treating Ryan like he's this A-side because he's got all these Instagram followers. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of hearing about Ryan, dog. And like you said, almost didn't even want to talk about it, but it's part of the mix this week. Like, I'm with you, dude. Like, who cares? At some point, yeah, he brings money in, but if I'm Oscar De La Hoya, Oscar's rebuilding Golden Boy right now. You see him, he's bringing in Barbosa. He brought in Ramirez, and I'm not saying those guys are superstars, but they fight. They'll fight. They'll go in there. They got a chance, and they're not going to bring all of this negative press. If I'm Golden Boy, at this point, I'm like cutting my losses, dog, because he's too unpredictable. He's too emotional, dog. Like, I'm not mad that Ryan didn't fight Devin Haney. I'm not upset about that. I'm upset that Ryan came out and said, let's leave it up to the fans. And the fans, it was huge, the gap. It was all Devin Haney over Rolly. Then he said, oh, this is all falling into place. Praise Jesus. I'm getting Devin Haney. You're next, blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden it goes away. What happened with the Jesus talk and the fan talk? Like, what happened? And now it's this Rolly thing. The only thing that makes it okay is that Rolly has a belt. I get it. It's a play on the belt. Had he targeted Rolly from the beginning, we wouldn't be having this conversation. But dude, I can't wait. I'm just over Ryan Garcia. He does nothing for me, dog. Nothing.
No, do you know what I got a big problem with? The nerve of this douchebag and Ryan Garcia, because he's a deuce. Anybody who know him, he's a douchebag. You could clearly tell. The nerve of this douche that could talk about who Devin Haney thinks he is. It ain't supposed to be no Haney versus Garcia. It's supposed to be Garcia versus Haney. The nerve of this douchebag. Then Mayweather put a post out today, and it said Romero versus Garcia. Like, the nerve of this douchebag, JJ, who said it was who Devin Haney think he is. It don't supposed to be no Haney versus Garcia. It's supposed to be Garcia versus Haney. And he ain't even a champ, JJ. This douche, I could care less about him, but if I am Golden Boy, I'm going to get my money's worth with him. I'm not giving him no Rolly Romero. You ain't getting what you want. Go cry me a river. Go tell social media. Go talk to Jesus, and tell him. I wouldn't give this dude nothing he won't, because it's clear cut, no debating that he ain't doing right by Golden Boy, so I ain't gonna do right by him. Like, not saying not gonna do right by him, but not gonna give you no easy fights no more.
Yeah.
We done pampered you your whole career, built you up with these easy fights, and you do us like this, Ryan Garcia. No more easy. If I'm Oscar De La Hoya, I think it'll be a foolish move for Golden Boy. And we tight with Golden Boy, but I got to let my truth come to the power and the power come to the truth. I think it'll be foolish if these guys give him an easy route out. No, you put him against the rigorous of competition if he say he liked it, and especially how he throw dirt on the name, because there's no one fighter bigger than the organization.
Yeah, I agree, dog. Golden Boy's trying to rebuild that brand, and I say, you see Kid Austin there. Kid Austin's got the potential to be a superstar. Vergil, it's almost like a reset for Vergil. But if things go as planned, Vergil can be a star. And then you've got these fillers. You have somebody like Barbosa who could put up a good fight at 140. You never know. There's shit there. So again, if I'm Golden Boy, dude, like, wash your hands from it. Wash your hands from the noise. Aren't y'all tired of hearing about it? Like, I'm tired of hearing about it, and I don't even work for the guys. So I had something else to say about Ryan Garcia, and it slipped my damn mind.
Let's take a quick commercial break, JJ. You think about it, we come back and talk about it. If not, let's go to the next topic. Quick commercial.
Real quick, right? Yeah, my bad. You're right. Let's hit the commercial.
We all have battles. We fight. We train. We work. We persevere. And we celebrate. We are all one.
I can't do anything if I can't walk in my prosthetic. It's a lot of pain that I feel throughout my day. It can be very intense. Now I just put that balm over it and it will heal up much faster and it will let the callus recover. That's amazing. It is a total game changer. I am hooked. I am absolutely, I'm just hooked.
Life is hard. KO makes it better. KOCBD.com.
Check out the homies at KOCBD.com. Use the discount code TSB10. Appreciate y'all, man. I know what I was going to say about Ryan real quick, and I'll finish with this. He had the baby. He had the baby. That was awesome, right? Like we saw the post. Cool. This was before he turned left on the Devin thing, right? Awesome. Baby was born. Cool. Then immediately after, we're getting a divorce. Literally the next story. I'm getting a divorce from my wife. We're like, whoa, okay.
What?
And then boom, the next story, I'm not fighting Devin Haney. So it's like, when I see that, it's just all like emotion and uncertainty and what's going on in the guy's mind. And it's so much. And then you have somebody who is a master with his mouth, like Floyd Mayweather, putting stuff in his ear. And dude, he's a young guy. Who wouldn't want to have the money Mayweather has? If you're vulnerable in that type of position, I get it. But and I just want to make sure, I know we're just a little ass channel still. We're still coming up, and I'm sure Ryan Garcia didn't read the message, but I want to address it now in case it does come up. But I had shot Ryan Garcia a message after he announced his divorce, and it was positive, uplifting stuff. And it's because, I've gone through some personal stuff, and I was just sharing my sentiment with him because it's around Christmas time. But I just didn't want something to get clipped one day and say, oh, look, you're criticizing me, but a week before you were sitting here in my inbox. As a man, Ryan, all that stuff straight up, dog. And I, like I said earlier, I care about all these fighters. When we talk on here, it's about boxing. Congratulations on your baby. And I hate to hear about your divorce. As a man, I respect all that, dog, but I just wanted to address that, dude.
Jay, I didn't even know the Deuce was married, right? And another thing, this is how much of a douchebag he is, right? Girl just had the baby. Salute to her. Because without women, we'd be nothing, right? So salute to that woman for having that baby, right? This douchebag gonna announce on social media, all the platforms. Ain't this a private freaking matter, Ryan Garcia? Why would you embarrass the mother of your child like that and your wife and put that up like that? That's embarrassing, JJ. Like, this dude is a total douchebag, man. I don't respect nothing about Ryan Garcia. I don't like him. There's one fighter I don't like. I don't like him.
Hey, and we don't have to like these guys. They don't gotta be our best friends. We can talk about when they kick ass, and then we can talk bad when they need some talking shit. That's what we do. I know we don't. This is what we do. So listen, also, nobody's talked about this, but go to Ryan's Twitter account. You can do it right now if you want. And look how all the Rolly Romero tweets have been deleted. I don't know what happened. The Devin Haney ones are still there. The Romero ones are gone. So I don't know what that means. But I thought that was interesting. So I figure I'll point that out. If y'all go check it out on Twitter, retweet it and give us a shout out. But anyway, let's move it. Next topic. Hold on, let's check these. Let's check as long as Sugar Barroso doesn't take step aside money, that fight doesn't happen for the belt. Yeah. That's true. We'll see. Hey, man, if I'm Barroso, though, at 40 years old, what matters more, money or belts? So I don't imagine that's going to be too difficult. Damn, I'm tired. I'm tired of talking about all this bullshit that's not boxing. I thought it was going to be fun, but damn, it's so much drama. Let's get to B-Hop and Bill Haney, Correa. We saw the shove heard around the world and the bathroom request heard around the world. Bro, they've been stirring the pot for a while. We saw B-Hop on the show saying, keep that same energy. Look, I hate to see shit like this. I'm going to be honest. I hate to see it. These are grown men, leaders in our sport. But let's talk about it, dog.
I don't. I think it was well deserved, right? I mean, You know, I love Bill Haney, and over the time, our relationship has got better. And, you know, I hope Bill Haney respect me to criticize him, just like when I'm uplifting him and giving him all the credit in the world, right? Love Bill Haney. Love his son, Devin Haney. I love how he proved, you know, a lot of people wrong, you know, betting on themselves. And now look where they at now. That's why I love the guy, you know, but we must address his bullshit, right? Bill Haney is known for saying things to people, right? And you know, it's things that could be very in, in insensitive to her, right? You know, and I'm living proof myself, right?
Forgot. I forgot.
It's cool. I'm living proof myself, right? Me and Bill had this is when Teofimo Lopez was the, you know, he had all the belts at 135, right? And you know, I told Bill Haney, you know, Teofimo the man, till somebody beat him. I said, I ain't finna crown your son. He ain't did what Teofimo did, right? I'm respecting the guy, you know, because that's in boxing. That's what you're supposed to do. I'm not saying your son can't beat him, but your son ain't the guy yet. Teofimo was the guy.
Mm-hmm.
Bill Haney called me. He said, well, I know Mexicans, you know, run the sport of boxing, but he said, IOTBA, you must be half Mexican. All right? I'm like, wow, hold up, Bill Haney. You need to stop that. Just because I disagree with you, don't be telling me that I'm half Mexican because I'm saying that, you know, the Hispanic guy is the guy right now, right? So this is just leading up to what I'm saying. That's history right there with me, right? Then let's go to Bernard Hopkins. He was on our show, the Spit Bucket Podcast. I don't know what episode that is, but I want y'all to go check out that show on the Spit Bucket Podcast, right? And Bill Haney said some more insensitive words, right? But see, like, he talking to a guy, you know, from the streets of Philly, you know,
Yeah.
from that 215, a guy, you know, who done been like that outside the ring where he got in trouble and, you know, had to go do some time. And he showed he been like that in the ring, you know, all-time great in Bernard Hopkins. And he called that man Django, right? And if everybody watched that movie Django, you know that it's disrespectful, you know, to call that man Django because you don't agree on that man's personal opinion, especially with y'all being Muslim brothers, right?
That's part that trips me out.
Then, right? So another thing before I get to that, he called Javante Davis a little monkey. JJ, he called Javante Davis a little monkey, right? Like a little monkey. Like people, we have to address, and like I love Bill, but we must address the bullshit. He called him a little monkey. But I just want to throw that. Let's get back to Bill Haney. He called Bernard Django, and that's disrespectful. Like that's utterly disrespectful. Then we have Bernard Hopkins on the Spit Bucket Podcast. I don't know what episode that is. I just want everybody on here to scroll up your articles and see. And he say, you know, because it was disrespectful. He say, "No, you Chicken George. No, you the Django." Yeah. He say, but and he had every right to say that because Bill Haney shouldn't have said them words about him. And Bernard Hopkins said, "When I see you, keep that same energy, right?" Bernard Hopkins seen him at the fight. You know, it's cameras everywhere. It's cameras everywhere. Everybody know that. Bernard Hopkins came up on and said, "Hey man, let's go talk in the bathroom, right?" Like, and you know, really G-checked him, right? And this is just my personal opinion. Everybody could take it how they want to take. I think Bill Haney, you know, felt some type of way. Bernard showed he was the inferior dude on him, and Bill Haney probably felt that small. But with all the cameras around recording, Bill Haney get that extra gear. He get that extra gear, JJ. Talking about, oh, let's do it right here. He told me to follow him. Damn, Bill Haney, why you doing all that? Go talk in the bathroom, you know, like whoopty whoop. He told me to follow him. Then Bernard pushed him. Like, so I thought Bill Haney felt like he got G-checked. And I felt like he put on, after that, making that absurd scene, just being real extra. And,
Well,
and you know, if Bernard was wrong in this situation, I would say he wrong. But like, you don't disrespect a man and call him Django, and then when he see you in person, he said, "Hey, let's go talk in the bathroom." He probably could have really wanted to talk, or they would have went in there and punched it out.
You think they just really wanted to talk, though, bro?
Hey, they could no. Look, JJ, listen. They Muslim brothers, so they could have really went in there and talked, or they probably would have punched it out. And guess what? As brothers, sometimes you got to punch it out. Ain't gonna be good because that was disrespect. But Bill Haney, I think he incited this whole mess right here. And then when he felt like Bernard G-checked him like that, then he wanted to be extra after the fact, especially when he seen his bodyguard, That's just my personal.
Listen, I appreciate you carrying it right now, bro, because what I was doing while you were going on talking about that was bringing up the the Bill Haney clip. Y'all listen in, all right? Because listen, Brimley right now was saying he called him a monkey based off the Big 8 phrase, "Tank goes by." Let's not take it out of proportion. I don't remember the specifics in. I usually tend to stay the hell away from that type of conversation. But listen to this, and then I got a couple more clips that just kind of contradict it, all right? So hold up. I have it right here.
Okay, but Bill, that doesn't take away the fact that Teofimo actually had fought the fights that had the public wanting to see him against Lomachenko. People wasn't asking for Devin Haney versus Lomachenko. It just wasn't happening. I'm sorry, it wasn't.
No. When you talk about the people of boxing, it's more Hispanic people that support boxing than any other race. So when you talk about what the people is, you must be half Mexican.
You got to go racial like that, talking about half Mexican, bro. Why you got to do that, son?
Because when you say the people, because all the niggas that I know, all the black folks want.
Man, I don't give a damn if you black, white, purple, or orange. This is boxing. This ain't black boxing, white boxing, Mexican boxing. This called world championship boxing. I don't see color, bro. Don't do that.
What people?
But catch this though.
Brian ain't La Raza at all, is he? No. See what I'm saying? He's my people.
Brian's not La Raza?
Oh, he's not La Raza. We came out of Tijuana, and we know he's not La Raza. And his last move does not represent La Raza at all. Hey, baby.
Bill Haney, respectfully, which one is it? You're for La Raza, you're not for La Raza. You're running around telling everybody Ryan's not La Raza. Just we seen with that clip where you getting on to Correa for being half Mexican. What is it? Yeah. Hey man, hip-hop thing. Look, obviously there's a time and a place for everything. I won't ever condone starting shit outside in a public place. At the same time, these are grown-ass men. B-Hop's a fighter. They both have their backgrounds, So it's hard to say, hey guys, it's not right to be doing this in public, blah, blah, blah. Or hey, emotions are emotions. And sometimes what they say, the mouth writes a check that the ass can't cash or some shit like that. However that goes, like sometimes you get called out. And if you look at the whole video, it did look like it. I feel Bernard won that interaction, but who the hell's a winner? I think at the end of the day, everybody looks foolish, but with this type of shit. But yeah, man, it is what it is. What are your thoughts on the Haney comments? Like I said.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Bill Haney, like it seems like it's a what I'm trying to say. It's a pattern. It's a pattern with him. Like Bill Haney is like, is you putting on, for the black folks, or is you putting on there? You saying is Ryan Garcia La Raza? Can you explain to everybody again what that La Raza means, JJ?
I feel like most people know when they hear what La Raza is, but that's just slang for Mexican. La Raza translated is the race, so it's just La Raza. Like that's what. So
now, so now he's saying Ryan Garcia is not Mexican. Ain't that some shit? Now, Bill Haney, you got to stop this. You really got to stop this because you pushing the envelope. You as a guy who say you Muslim, you say you pray 5 times a day, you say Hamdi Allah, Assalamu alaikum, and you do all of that, Bill Haney. But you're pushing the envelope. First off, even though me and you cool, I hope you don't feel no type of way after this. We just gotta let the truth come to the power, and the power come to the truth. But you calling me a black Mexican because I'm saying Teofimo the guy. With you saying that Ryan Garcia is not Mexican because things not going your way, it seems like you throw temper tantrums and then you go racial. And that's not fair, and it's very malicious of you to do something like that. So I think you need to pump your brakes on being racial and, especially, black folks. Like me, you said I'm half Mexican because I thought Teofimo was the guy. Now Ryan Garcia is not La Raza because he's not wanting to fight David Haney. You got to stop that.
I will say you look a little tan on this picture, though. You do look a little half Mexican, bro. No, and I was gonna close out on the Haney thing. We have to. Here's the thing: we say all this stuff. Sometimes I wonder if we're reading too much into it, though, because he's still promoting the hell out of his son, and it's hard sometimes to divide, to separate those, especially when you're talking to a grown man like Bernard who feels he should be respected, and he's done a lot in the game, deservingly so. So I understand how promoting your son or your fighter can cross the line, and maybe big picture it hasn't, but maybe Bernard's taking it that way, and we don't never know what other people are feeling. But at the end of the day, Bill's just promoting. Bill's promoting to the Mexicans because you would be stupid not to, because his dollar signs in boxing. He spent a lot of his beginning of his career in Mexico. So I get it. But at the same time, like when you're promoting, you got to understand that there might be some repercussions coming back at you. It's just part of the game. It's part of the risk. So another reason why I like to keep it cool when we're on these things, because we see these people. Hey, bro. All right. You ready to move on from Haney and B-Hop? Are you tired yet? You want to come back tomorrow and do this? Or how you feeling, dog?
No, I mean, is you good, Jay?
I'm good. Boxing Magic next side said, Ayo, welcome to La Raza. Quentin Bradley, what's up, bro?
Mr. Q, Mexican boxer, what's up?
Bill desperate for respect. You're trying to buy it nowadays. All right, man. Hey, and all that, again, we're just calling it like you were sitting here next to me, Coach. All respect to you, Bill. Nothing I'm saying is malicious. It's just, I see all that Rasta stuff, but then I remember not too long ago you criticizing the boy to the left of me, calling him Mexican. But let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving because this shit confusing. You know what? Man, we got a bag. We got 2 more things we're going to cover. Teofimo Lopez calling out Bud. Want to get to it?
Let's get to it.
All right, Teofimo Lopez. I only have one little clip out of it. This is kind of the one where it tipped over. This is where Terrence, we're kind of ignited. Craig, you want to read it?
No, go ahead.
Teofimo, your little bitch ass better worry about them little guys that's on your ass down there in your weight class. It's crazy every time I see your hoe ass. You don't even look my way. But when you're in front of a camera, you got so much to say. You a kitty cat. I'm not going to say the word because I got a lovely daughter and another one on the way. But Teofimo Lopez calls out Terrence Bud Crawford. We're about to talk a little bit of Bud and Spence too, so this will be a nice transition as we close it out. Dog,
what's your thoughts? I want to hear your thoughts.
Man, Teofimo Lopez for me is I said it. I think I may have said last time. It's a tale of 2 Teofimo Lopez inside the ring. A peak, focused, in shape, prepared Teofimo Lopez is A++, top of the line in my opinion. Then you have the guy who's got all the issues and the distractions and stuff. And then you see, like we saw against Sandor Martin and obviously against Kambosos. I'm just tired of the mouth. I'm tired of the mouth. Now, we are a boxing channel, so we're here to talk about boxing. Corey, I might be on the minority here, But I'm not mad at the Teofimo Lopez Terrence Crawford fight one bit. We're talking 7 pounds, dog. And with all that bullshit, Teofimo's got a fight coming up, and he could very well just be putting his name out there to sell the damn fight. We understand that. But let's talk about it, dog. Like, yeah, he talks a lot. Would you even want to see that?
I'm with you, JJ. I didn't know that you was thinking
Yeah, we haven't even
this
talked
way.
about it.
Like, JJ, I like the fight. I'm not gonna sit up here in front like Teofimo is a guy who is proven, bro. You may not like his attitude, you may not like the way he talk, but he is a guy who is proven. And with him and Crawford coming together, even though I favor Crawford, you know, to beat the
100%.
the dog shit out of him.
It'll be more entertaining than July 29th.
And like he said, JJ, Crawford is turning 37 this year.
Yep.
Crawford is coming off the biggest win of his career. Not saying Crawford ain't taking it serious no more, but I see Crawford, you know, going on a lot of trips, vacationing. You know, I see him eating a lot of food, you know.
Deservedly so.
So, JJ, like, it come to a time where you could be full, right? He could be full because he done did everything he needed to do in the sport of boxing. Not saying that Terrence Crawford ain't gonna win this fight, but that's the only intriguing thing to me. Like, how is Terrence Crawford gonna fight after coming off his biggest high?
Those are excellent ass points, bro. And here's the thing. I was just talking about this with my pops about 2-3 hours ago. You look at a recent fight where somebody wasn't as prepared because he's the heavyweight champ of the world, Tyson Fury, fighting against Francis Ngannou. And Ngannou trained for the biggest fight of his life. Tyson Fury didn't. We saw it. We saw what happened. And Tyson Fury almost was the biggest embarrassment in the history of boxing. Then let's take it back a decade and a half. Manny Pacquiao, Oscar De La Hoya. Oscar De La Hoya is it's a year and a half removed from still looking decent against Floyd Mayweather. Manny Pacquiao trained for the fight of his life. De La Hoya didn't. He's too busy being the golden boy. We saw the destruction that was. So I say all that to say, Terrence Crawford, like you said, just came off the fight of his life. And he proved it, and he showed it, and he looked great, fucking phenomenal. He's not going to – I don't know what fighter is going to bring that drive out of him again. I don't think it's going to be a smaller Teofimo Lopez who has looked weak in the past against Kambosos and Martin. But Teofimo could be training for the biggest fight of his life. And history says when there's that type of, all right, one guy's kind of peaked or whatever – dude, that could be an entertaining ass fight. It will be more entertaining than what we saw on July 29th. I promise you that.
I agree.
But Terrence Crawford put him in his place. I would love to see it, dude. I would love to see it. But at the end of the day, I think
Terrence Crawford wants some money. If he want to make some more big time money, him versus T.O., that's a big time money fight, JJ. People are gonna buy into that. Like, we could say we want to say about T.O. That motherfucker know how to talk, you know, and he gonna sell this fight. And he already, you know, feel like he getting disrespected. He think the black fighters get treated better than him, you know. When this dude is like, that's another thing he delirious about. This dude done fought on damn near every Heisman night. He fighting on the weekend of the Super Bowl or before the Super Bowl. Like, this guy has had all the bright stages, but the black fighters, they're getting a better opportunity than me when you lose to Kambosos and when you have a subpar ass fight against Sandor Martin, which I thought you lost against, but they gave you the victory. That's the reason why T.O. has bounced back. He beat Josh Taylor. I don't care what nobody say what type of Josh Taylor that was. He came in there and put on an impressive performance against him. And I'm not going to lie to you, JJ. I picked Terrence Crawford to win this fight. But that is something that I want to see.
I would most definitely want to see it, dog. Vontae Too Clean says, so you saying T.O. will be Errol? I didn't say that. I didn't say T.O. will be Bud either. And I don't think – if you're playing the triangle game –
I think it's a lot of odd shit.
No, shit. Who knows? We don't know what the hell.
I ain't picking Earl to beat nobody right now. I
Yeah,
think T.O.
we
beat
talking
Earl.
stylistically. I know it sounds like blasphemy because just a year ago we had this guy all over pound for pound list. But again, dog, as we watch boxing and as we grow, look, Bill Belichick just got fired, the greatest of all time. So you have to be able to say, oh shit, that doesn't look the same anymore. Teofimo is, say what you want about the guy. I partly believe that the guy don't think before he talks. He says most of the dumbest shit, all this stuff about being black. I don't know what the hell his problem is. It's ridiculous. But stylistically,
I like it though.
Yeah, I mean, that could be a good fight. But no, man, Errol Spence is not the same. And we're about to talk about Errol. But no, I didn't say Teo will be Errol. I didn't say Teo will be Bud. But I do believe Teo will give Bud a better fight than Errol did. Just like Mean Machine did. And just like David Avanesian did. Just like everybody gave Bud a better fight than Errol did. But anyway, yeah, so there's that. There's that. Anything else on Teofimo Lopez? He's got his fight coming up against, what's the name? Jermaine. Hey, you look past Jermaine.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that, JJ. Jermaine Ortiz is a thing, and I'm not gonna lie to you, Bill Haney. I got to give him his credit. This dude has been working his way up the ladder and showing that he is one of the best trainers in the world. He has been working with Jermaine Ortiz, getting him ready for this Teofimo Lopez fight. And a lot of people, or not a lot of people, some people thought Jermaine Ortiz, gave Lomo the business, or
good fight, yeah.
It was a real good fight, right? So,
hey, if Teo looks past him, like he did Cambosos, like he did Sandor Martin, if he looks past him, dude, you might have to go right back into retirement and dig into your box of excuses and all of that shit. But that's enough of Teofimo Lopez. Hey, but I say all that about Teo outside the ring, but I would be stupid to deny when Teofimo Lopez is performing, he is one of the best in the world.
It's true.
Yeah. Now,
Teo ain't no Ryan Garcia. Let's get that.
1,000%. 1,000%. And I would bet my entire paycheck on I put my annual salary of those two ever before the fight. But yeah, man. Let's keep it moving. The last subject we were going to talk about today, speaking of Terrence Crawford, speaking of an episode loaded with excuses, we saw Errol Spence come out and finally speak out. He finally addressed the fight and what went wrong, and the man that told us for the longest time wasn't an excuse maker. And when you take an ass whooping like that, right? You take an ass whooping like that, the last shred of dignity you have is, let's see what kind of man you are, right? And he did all the right shit. He took his ass whooping, no excuses. However, we see the eye patch pop up again, and we see the cat. Oh man, I forgot to put up the screenshot where it said I had cataract. Why you think I was getting hit with the jab so much? And boom, we see the excuses, dog. Then we see again, week of the fight, I got cleared for a shot on my side. So, Corey, the excuses are starting to come out. Before I throw it over to you, an excuse is still an excuse. It's still an excuse. Just because you kept it in your pocket until January or the following year, it doesn't dismiss it, dog. And I just like I said earlier, I'm not mad that Ryan's not fighting Devin. I'm mad that you said all that shit. Now you're not fighting Devin. I'm not mad that Errol has legitimate excuses, and we're about to get into it. I believe 1,000% they're legitimate excuses, or they're legitimate stories. But I'm not mad that he had those, but I'm mad that he came out and said, I don't make excuses. And then down the road.
Go ahead and get into that before we attack it, JJ, why we think it's legitimate excuses.
All right. So listen, guys, for the few people who are still tuning in, hey, I hate to say it. No, we didn't tell you so. We did. Corey and I we had a show scheduled back in September. And we had this news. We had this news that Errol hadn't sparred in over a month. Very, very limited sparring during his entire training camp. We heard that he was dealing with something internal, and we heard that he was recovering from an injury, a rib injury. We didn't know 100% that it was a cataract issue, but we knew he was dealing with something internal. But anyway, we didn't bring it up for the reason that we just talked about. Listen, like I told you earlier, we care about these boxers. And if Errol Spence said, I'm not a man of excuses, right? And we heard from another source some legitimate ass excuses, but Errol Spence said, I'm not a man of excuses. So we didn't want to, hey, let him be the man to decide that. You know what I'm saying? We're not doing this for clickbait. Yeah, we'd have had a bunch of views and all that shit, but we didn't because Errol said he didn't have excuses, and now they're out. They're all out. But I want to show these clips, Corey, or these screenshots for the people who think we're bullshitting, and this is for our credibility down the road. Like we have Corey on September 19th text message me, bro, we have some breaking news about Spence straight from, and I blacked it out, ooh-wee. And then right after that, we were going to break the news. What went wrong? New buzz in Dallas. What went wrong with Errol? And we took it down. We didn't do the live stream. And this is just, Corey, I'm patting us on the back. This is me saying, I'm proud of me and you, bro. We keep doing the right thing. At some point, the blessing's going to start to flow. And so, yeah, man, it did feel icky at that time. But we're not saying this to say, to be like, we knew it. We're saying this because these are legitimate things that happen. We heard it a long ass time ago. So I'm not here to say, Errol, it's okay, you should make excuses. But I'm here to say those are legitimate things. Did they impact the fight? Would it have made a difference? Who knows? Corey, take it away.
Yeah, this is the same guy who said, even if I had an excuse, I wouldn't make none. And JJ, that was honorable and commendable, right? Because as a boxing public, you know, we as fight fans, we want to see a guy, you know, who when he winning, he the big shark. Oh, can't nobody catch Moby Dick, right? You know, taking pictures all in the club, walk up in the club, everybody. Cage League, Cage, I just got his Instagram flowing on him. You hear me, JJ? When he said that after the fight, even if I got any excuses, I wouldn't make none. And even when we heard this news, JJ, I thought it was honorable and commendable for Errol Spence not to come out and say nothing, because if it was that bad, you know, you shouldn't care about what fans think, because fans is the same one who could be with you and turn on you the next day, right? You should have took out that fight, but you the big shark. You and your coach was talking like y'all was gonna do that. But then when he came out with these excuses, JJ, Errol Spence is a sensitive coward. He's not a coward as a man, as in fighting. But mentally, he's a sensitive coward, right? Errol Spence stayed away for 7 months, not doing no talking, you know, because Errol Spence was embarrassed of the horrific performance he put on, right? And like, even though we was questioning, where's Errol Spence? Where's Errol Spence? He still had that integrity, JJ, about himself, not to come out and make no excuses, right? Mm-hmm. But when he came out and started making excuses, they showed me this man was a sensitive coward, right? Because Terrence Bud Crawford, let's give him his respect.
Yes.
This dude has been blackballed from this welterweight division almost 5 years. He was blackballed almost 5 years. You know what he did, JJ? He stayed down, right? And when he got his opportunity for his biggest moment to make history, he showed up and showed out and put on the best religious ass whipping I've ever seen in my life, when you got competitors who on that top pound for pound list like that, right? This bothers me with Errol Spence, right? Because this is a guy who showed his true character and who he really is, right? You know, I thought this guy was all heart, but he showed that he was the 10 man. Because I think it's an injustice to come rain on the parade of Terrence Crawford these many months later, right? And he also showed his true character, JJ, as being a pathetic sore loser, right? But because he was embarrassed. Instead of him running to it, he ran from it. And when he came back, he made excuses. Once me and Earl Spence was real cool, real close. Right, JJ? Real cool, real close. Everybody know about the IG video, you know. This one I really should have knew who Earl was then. But you know, the thing is you forgive and you forget, and that's what I did. Because with me and him being this close, right, he put me on IG because of some hearsay, right? That came out to be untrue because of some hearsay. And he embarrassed me on the biggest moment that could be embarrassed on because everybody knew me and Earl Spence was real tight. Shout out to my guy, Terrell Bushido Boxing, right?
Yeah.
Because he woke Mr. IOTBA up, right? Because he said, IOTBA, you was the one who was out there on the front line. You was the one who was screaming Earl Spence when nobody wasn't screaming Earl Spence. You was the one who had built your brand, and you was the one who had worked your way up to start doing all of this. And me and Earl Spence, we was tight. Instead of Earl Spence showing that me and him was real cool like that, where he could hit me up on my jack because he had my number, Earl Spence chose to embarrass me on a grand stage like that, on a grand stage, JJ. One of the most embarrassing moments in my life. But the one thing about me, JJ, I stood on business, right? I didn't run from it, the controversy. I ran to it because I knew who I was. And the biggest adversity of that you have, you know, you have that moment to show true character and who you really are. Earl Spence, when you embarrassed me, I didn't run from it. I ran to it, and I told you who you was, your coach, and anybody else around the city of Dallas, Texas, and all around the world that I was like that. I didn't run from it. When you lost to Terrence Crawford, you didn't run. You didn't run to it. You ran from it. You showed your true character. And now what you coming out making all these excuses now, the way you know how you embarrassed me on that big moment, you came out here and showed you are a sensitive coward. And all the ridicule that you get, you deserve it. Because like I stated, you had your moment to show who you really was, that you could take defeat gracefully. And he wasn't able to do that. He making himself look like a complete fool. And he's showing everybody he's a sensitive coward. Not as a man, he's a coward. He's a great man, right? A great father. He take care of his kids, great family man. But I'm talking about in a sport of boxing, when it comes to adversity, you showed who you really are. And I think it's an injustice the way you're doing that to Terrence Crawford. And I think that's why you deserve all the heat you get.
Damn. Well, that was a lot. That was a mouthful. I want to piggyback off of that because I don't want to make this too much about you and Errol and you and Bud, but just a couple of things that stand out to me. Bud had an opportunity to blast your ass. He did. And here's the thing. I'm telling you as a homie, you probably deserved the blasting that Bud was about to give you or could have given you because of all the shit you were talking during the build-up, right? And I like to chalk it up as you know, as banter. You know, you said you're selling the fight just as much as anybody else was. But the Errol shit, when Errol had a chance to embarrass you off of hearsay that you need to hear this part, turned out to be false. It came out about a year ago. It finally came out. It was false shit, right? Errol had an opportunity to blast you on some false stuff. Not only did he blast you, he dragged you and absolutely brought you to the ground, to the smallest tiny piece you can possibly bring. From the outside looking in, people don't know what happened in the background, but that tells me about a man's character, Maybe it was a mistake. We've all done stupid shit. People can point out things in my life that would say, oh, that one thing you did is a bad character. So I'm not going to say Errol's a piece of shit. I'm not going to say anybody's a piece of shit because I've done some shitty things. But it's a little sign of character. He had an opportunity to kick you when you were down. He beat the living shit out of you. Bud Crawford had the opportunity to kick you when you're down when you probably deserved it. He was a bigger man and said, you know what? Well, I forgot what he said. Next question.
He said, shout out to that guy. He's doing this social media thing. You know, especially when the women came on there and lied and said that I said, oh, can you protect me from Terrence Crawford? And shout out to our guy, live right down the street from you, Jay. Can't think of his name.
Manny?
No, the black guy.
Chris Kennedy, Uppercut?
Chris from Uppercuts. Shout out to him for having that footage of showing that they weren't even like that. But that's a great point.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
as much ridicule as I gave Team Crawford, Crawford deserved to cut me to slice me down. But he showed his true character. How can you not respect that? And like I said, it was all banter. It's just like when the Cowboys play the Packers. Fuck the Packers. You my enemy. I give a shit about y'all. But at the end of the day, if y'all win, hey, good game. And I can't do nothing but salute Terrence Crawford, man. But great point, Jay.
Yeah, dog. So I wanted to address that. Back to the Spence stuff, though. I think it's a terrible look. If you say that, because I'm not Team Spence or Team Crawford, none of that bullshit. I love the way these dudes box. I love what they did in the ring. I think it's time for Errol to hang him up. But I don't like the excuses. I think it stains a lot of his legacy. A lot of the things people love about him, I think those excuses stain that. Dog, who knows if he's ever going to come back in the ring. Terrence pretty much said today it was done. He said, I'm glad that it's over with. And he wished Terrence, he told Errol Spence good luck and whatever, you know, all that stuff. So I think that chapter's done. But oh boy, that was a shitty way for Errol Spence to end that whole drama, fight, build up, post-fight bullshit, dude. I hated it because he's from Dallas. I hate it because I'm a fan of Errol. But again, being from Dallas and being a fan doesn't prevent me from saying that was some bullshit, Errol. I wish you'd have kept it to yourself. Hey, we all do stupid shit, though. We all do stupid shit. But dog, Correa, it's been an hour and 27 minutes. You still got more to say?
No, salute to everybody on here from that 214 to across the pond. It's been a pleasure. Make sure y'all hit that like button, that share. Please subscribe. Please go on our social media. It's the Spit Bucket Official on Instagram. It's the Spit Bucket Podcast on Twitter. And it's the Spit Bucket Podcast on TikTok. So just search the Spit Bucket Podcast for everything. And like I say, even this line that was running up the ring, just rewind this tape again, and y'all go back and make sure y'all follow social medias.
Yes, sir. And don't forget, go Cowboys. Let's go get
that. Go Cowboys.
All right, dog. Have a good night, bro.
All right, salute.
This is JJ Solomon.
This Correa Bradshaw, Mr. IOTBA. Mr. These boys can't touch me on my worst day. This is the Spit Bucket Podcast.